The World Bank has a new borrower. Normally it lends to struggling nations, but China is the latest creditor of the World Bank. Sounds bizarre, doesn't it? Why does China, a country that lends to the world, need a loan? Before we answer that question, some specifics about this deal. The World Bank has agreed to a loan program for China, and under this, it can allow Beijing to borrow more than $1 billion every year up to the year 2025. China will get this funding at cheap interest rates. It is meant for specific purposes. The program is called the Country Partnership Framework. It has been designed to help Beijing fund green investments, encourage market-oriented economic reforms, and promote early childhood development and healthcare initiatives. America is angry with the World Bank. It wants China to be removed from this program. The American Treasury Department has filed an objection against the loans given to China. The Trump administration says China is too wealthy for such international aid. China is now the world's second largest economy. As of January, it was sitting on a cash reserve of $3 trillion. Beijing has lent more than $700 billion to the world. $700 billion. The Chinese are flush with cash, so why are they borrowing from the World Bank? China, by the way, has been one of the largest borrowers of the World Bank. In the last 4 decades, Beijing has borrowed more than $60 billion from the bank. So why is World Bank financing China? It's a good way to make some money. Loans of this kind help the World Bank churn a modest profit. The money they make has been utilized to fund programs with poorer countries. But the World Bank's lending to China is now under scrutiny. There are claims that World Bank funds meant for development of poorer regions in China were given to wealthy provinces. That's not all. The World Bank had given a $50 million loan to China for a school in Xinjiang. Reports say that China used some of that cash not for educational purposes but to buy high-end security gear, including barbed wire, tear gas and body armor. Why would a school need all of this? This year, the world woke up to China's growing persecution of Muslims in Xinjiang, the fact that more than 1 million Muslims have been forced to live in detention camps. Embarrassed by the revelations, the World Bank was forced to stop disbursements for this school project. America is now demanding answers. The United States is the largest contributor to the World Bank. Lawmakers are demanding that American money should not end up in the hands of the Chinese, especially when it is being used to oppress minorities. A lawmaker has moved a new bill to stop the World Bank from issuing more loans to China. Such a law can place restrictions on how American funds are used by the World Bank. As a result, the financial institution's kitty could shrink. Under pressure, the World Bank had earlier vowed to gradually decline lending to China. There is still doubt whether it is following up on that promise.